Hello everyone, greetings brave warriors and welcome all to the third Imperia Online World Cup podcast summary. We are broadcasting live on YouTube from Imperia Online headquarters. Today is day 20 of the World Cup qualifiers. I am Mitko.
And I'm Vicky. And yes, Mitko, only 5 more days left until the end of the qualifiers and the start of the real battle of all battles.
Yeah.
We have yet again some cool stuff to talk about today. For example, we don't have any changes in the undefeated count from Friday till today. This of course means that people aren't giving up yet. We also have the first assault and the first pillage in 3 annexed provinces. It was led by Oton. We will have a new quiz, of course, as well as we are going to give out some rewards for Friday's quiz. And as usual, we are going to give you information about the upcoming attack, and Mitko will have his crystal ball again, predicting the things to come until the end of the qualifiers on Friday.
Yes, Vicky, and one more thing, we have another surprise for all of you, but I will not speak of it. Yet.
Okay. To be honest, I'm not sure if I know this surprise at the moment.
Yes.
Do I know it?
No, you don't.
Oh, okay.
You don't
So
know
it's
it.
going to be a surprise for me as
I'm
well.
going to surprise you as well.
And of course, hello to all the people in our live stream chat. So, let's get straight to business with the numbers and statistics from the 3 days that passed, the 3 waves.
Sad faces, happy faces.
Well, I think we are kind of happy these days. Well, not
Yes,
not
we
all
are
of them.
happy because the Imperial defenders are dying.
Yeah, but we've got some interesting numbers, like the fact, something that I spoiled in Facebook earlier. We don't have any lowering in the number of undefeated players, since we already mentioned this, but since Friday till today, the number of undefeated players is staying the same. This means not only that people have toughened up, this means that we have really gotten the tough and the hardcore players on their feet, and this means that those 548 people that keep on standing undefeated are really serious about what they are doing.
Yes.
And while I'm on it, before I get into the numbers of the waves and how the nomad generals did in their invasions, I'm just going to mention that Serbia has the most players when talking about undefeated. How can I say it? Undefeated. Well, players. I'm sorry, I just can't think of another
Ultimate, badass, amazing, awesome people.
Yes. So they've got 47 ultimate badass undefeated. What was it? Awesome people.
Awesome people, yeah.
Yes. The second place goes to Brazil with 44 undefeated players. The third spot is for Romania, 43 undefeated players. Bulgaria is in the fourth spot with 39 undefeated players. And the fifth one is Poland with 32 undefeated players. So keep it up. We are very glad to see that the number of undefeated players is keeping the same results. And hopefully
remains constant.
Yeah, it remains constant because as I said, it looks like people are getting serious, those who have succeeded so far. So you probably know that we haven't had the live stream during the weekend, as we usually don't. So we are going to go through
because we let the nomads have fun during the weekends.
And we didn't disturb them with our
uncontrolled, unchallenged.
Yes, with our broadcasting.
Yeah.
And keeping up with their traces and deeds. So this means that we've got 3 waves to comment on. I'm going to give the information, and Mitko is going to give you his analysis later. So on Friday, on Saturday, you probably know it was a pillage led by Flintstone. We talked about it on Friday. We talked about what's coming.
Our hero so far.
Flintstone, yeah, he usually succeeds in bringing
Making a lot of
huge,
people cry
huge
and say bad
destruction.
words.
Definitely. So Flintstone again did it. He brought huge pillage with, I'm not going to give you the numbers of his army because it's getting a bit boring. By the way, keep an eye on the line that's under the ribbon that's going under our.
Yes, the
I
little
think-
the little moving thing
Yeah.
under our
Around-
feet.
around
Yeah.
our feet, yeah. It has pretty much all the information you need because sometimes it's not very easy to understand all the numbers I'm spitting out.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
keep an eye
You're
there.
too fast for me as well.
Okay.
I'm getting confused
Okay.
all the time.
I will try slower.
Please don't.
How about that, Mitko?
No, it's even worse.
Okay. It sucks big time. So let's continue with our normal speed.
Okay.
So, on Saturday, Flintstone brought huge destruction upon our Imperial defenders. He attacked them in 2 provinces. Each player had to defend 2 provinces, starting from Province 1, which means first and second annexed provinces. So, the result is a bit over 150 million villagers dead.
Yeah.
So
75 million per
per province.
player. Yeah. And
Yeah.
per province, which is with the borders of his fiendishness and evilness, I suppose. Although it's far away from his record of his first.
Yep. Yeah, he
Do you
was very.
remember how
I
many
remember.
did he destroy?
Well, the first time when the pretty normal rates and numbers were about 60 million, he destroyed 91 million villagers in
Bad
one
Flintstone.
province only. So
Bad evil Flintstone.
yes, very evil Flintstone. So the Imperial defenders have succeeded in defending 4,001, almost 4,200 provinces, which means when we divide it by 2, it means that they have succeeded in defending 2,100
Yeah.
in of
And
the
change.
cases. And change, yeah. So 2,100 players only
Yeah.
succeeded in defending their holdings. So this means that the nomads have pillaged more than 15,000 provinces. And when talking about well, actually, I was going to talk about the individual players that are doing pretty well with the net worth points, but let's keep it quiet for a bit so that we can talk about it after we're done with the numbers from the waves. So this was on Saturday. We saw a huge pillage led by Flintstone, and that brought kind of serious destruction, but not the worst we have seen in the qualifiers. Sunday, yesterday, we saw a fortress siege led by Elektroto, the nomad general that we have seen
With the most awesome name that
yes,
a man can
yes.
come up with.
Is this the second or the third time we are seeing Elektroto?
I think it's the second.
I also
time.
think it's
Yeah.
the second time. So okay, he did a fortress siege, and the Imperial defenders had to defend 2 provinces again, and of course those were the 3rd and 4th annexed provinces. But the results are pretty sad for the Imperial defenders.
Pretty grim.
Yeah.
This is probably the
3,000
first very, very bad siege.
Yeah, very destructive.
Yeah.
3,900 provinces defended, which means
3,900. Which means under 2,000,
Yes.
1,950.
Yeah. Less than 2,000 people have succeeded in keeping their holdings up
Yeah.
and standing against the nomad waves, against this particular nomad wave. And Electroto succeeded in almost 50...
Saturday, right?
Yes. Nope, Sunday, yesterday.
Sunday.
Electroto succeeded in almost 15,000... I'm sorry, I'm just looking at what Mitko is writing now. Electroto succeeded in almost 15,000 provinces with his fortress siege. And then we've got today's wave.
Yeah.
Today's wave was yet another pillage led by Oton.
Yeah.
Is it Oton or is it Oton?
Well, different nations pronounce it differently according to their transcriptions.
How do you pronounce it?
It should be autumn.
Autumn.
Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, it was led by Autumn in this pillage, today's pillage.
Because in German it is actually, I'm sorry to interrupt you,
Yes.
it's Otto. So it should be autumn.
Okay. So Autumn brought yet another pillage to our imperial defenders, their holdings, and 3 of their provinces.
Yeah.
This is the key part, because this is the first time we see a pillage or a nomad wave, a nomad attack.
Tan, 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 tan.
Yes, brought upon 3 of the imperial defenders' provinces,
Yeah.
starting from the 2nd Annex province, which means 2nd, 3rd, and 4th Annex provinces were attacked. And Autumn brought some serious destruction
Yeah.
to those provinces. The dead villagers, the pillaged villagers, are more than 210 million,
Yeah.
which means for each province there are 70 million dead,
Yeah.
if we divide it this way.
Yeah.
And the imperial defenders succeeded in keeping their holdings in 5,200 of the cases, but I think we have to divide this number by 3.
By
Yeah.
3, yeah. And
So-
when you divide,
Oh, Mitko is going to bring out the heavy artillery here
Yeah.
with the calculations.
5,000.
And 200. For some reason you're not... Yeah. 5, yeah. Divided by 3. Sad. Only 1,700 imperial defenders
I'm sorry, guys, but
kept it up.
your numbers are getting thinner and thinner.
Well, of course, this is normal, seeing how the qualifications are coming to an end and we're getting tougher as well. In the meantime, I'm going to mention that the nomads, led by Oton, succeeded in bringing down more than 19,000 provinces. 19,400 to be almost precise. Yeah, even sadder.
Yeah.
Can you fix this number 7 so that it doesn't look like a 1?
No, I cannot. This is my
Well,
style.
don't touch
Vicky.
it then. If you can't fix it, don't touch it.
For Christ's sake.
Don't make it worse.
Woman.
Okay. Oh, this is a beautiful 7.
Yes.
A
See?
beautiful
It's
figure. It's perfect.
Amazing.
Looks
Right?
Yes. Thank you, Mitko. I feel
You're
very
quite
well
welcome.
now. So, as we already mentioned, things are getting a bit disturbing for our imperial defenders, but just hold on a few more days until the qualifiers end. So, now it's time for the fun part. The part where we announce how many net worth points some of our players have already got.
Yeah.
So,
It's really fun. Yeah.
you know that a Brazilian player is at the top, Arthur 1. He used to have 1.5 million,
Yeah.
1,500,000 net worth points when we last saw you, which was on Friday.
Yes.
Now he has 2,333,000 net worth points. So almost 1 million net worth points since the last time we had our live stream.
Some kind of radiation or something in the vegetables?
Well, Not sure. Here, if it wasn't Brazil, but if it was here in Bulgaria, I would say that it's thanks to the snow.
Aliens?
No, we have snow
Yeah.
here. Suddenly, it started snowing, and I would just say that probably he decided to stay at home and play Imperia Online even more.
Probably make a snowman or
Yeah,
something.
something. But this is not the case in Brazil. We talked to a Brazilian player on Friday, and he said
It was very hot.
yeah, it was very hot,
In Sao
serious
Paulo.
heat. Yeah.
Yeah.
So maybe that's why they are staying at home playing Imperia Online all the time, because it's
Yes.
so fucking, excuse me, so freaking hot out there. So
Can we please have some kind of decency here in the show? Thank you.
yes.
Or at least just make a sound or beep something.
If I knew I'm gonna say it, I was just going to censor myself out, but
Please.
I surprised myself, just as we surprised our Imperial Defenders. So, let's continue. We've got yet another Brazilian player with almost 2 million net worth points.
Yeah.
By tomorrow, he's going to have 2 million net worth points as well.
How do you know that? Have you talked to him, or you have a crystal ball as well? I thought
I'm using
I
yours.
was the I was the guy with the crystal ball.
Yes, you were, but where is it now?
You have some kind of information I don't have.
Yes, he's got a million and 9,000.
Jeez.
Excuse me, 1,973,000, which means he needs only. How many is it?
Do you need my calculator?
27,000. 27,000
Yeah.
net worth points only,
Yeah.
which is like nothing for these people.
Yeah.
They keep advancing with huge amounts of net worth
A
points.
basket of vegetables, probably.
Yeah,
Something.
so Ast Falcon is going to. I can bet on this. How would you like me to bet with you?
One giant bar of chocolate and
Yes.
one jar of honey.
If I win, which means if he has 2 million points by tomorrow.
Yes. And if he doesn't,
Yeah.
you pay me double.
Okay.
2 jars of honey
Okay.
and 2 chocolates.
You've got it. We've got a bet. So the third spot is for a player who's got 1.5 million almost net
I'm
worth
sorry
points.
to interrupt you, but you do realize that I will call the guy and we will rig the net worth points.
I
so you
actually don't
lose.
think he's going to agree, because he is a very enthusiastic player, obviously.
We'll see.
Okay. Well, I don't have an issue with giving you the reward. So yeah, this is. I'm giving you the top threes because we don't need to get into details. But I think it's important that I mention today's wave, Autumn's wave, had some very serious army, because of course we have seen some heavy units already, but the numbers of his army look like this. He led 5,000 light spearmen, 5,000 heavy spearmen, 1,000 heavy swordsmen, 5,000 cavalry, and 60 trebuchets. So this is something we saw. Trebuchets are something we saw as well as in Flintstone's attack, Electroto's attack, and Autumn's attack.
Yeah.
So during the weekend, a lot of trebuchets came and attempted to conquer all the Imperial Defenders' holdings. And while we are on the numbers, I want to mention something that we do in the last few days, probably already more than a week. The ranking of nations when we are talking about ratios, success ratios, which means the number of contestants. How is it?
Success ratio.
success ratio, but it's the number of contestants
And the number of wins
divided,
compared to the
exactly
number of
compared to the
contestants.
yes, what Mitko said. So it's the number of contestants of each nation compared to the number of wins of said nation. So we have had and seen some serious shuffles in this ranking, but this is how the big nations look today. The big nations meaning more than 500 contestants in the qualifiers. The first spot is for Poland.
Oh,
Poland with almost 98%. The second place belongs to
excuse me, how much?
29%.
You said 98%.
No.
I was.
Ooh,
You startled me.
thank you. This is why I have Mitko here. This is one of the many reasons. So 98% would have been a very interesting success ratio.
Yeah.
Probably if we were looking at the nations that have 3 people or something in the qualifiers, and
Yeah.
2 of them have succeeded,
Or-
maybe we would have gotten similar
Or if
results.
they have 500 amazing, undefeated, unstoppable,
Well, yeah.
mean machines, warriors,
Okay,
amazing,
so 20,
badass knights.
29% for Poland. The second place belongs to Croatia with 27.4% success ratio, and at the third spot there we see Russia.
Oh.
They were the leaders
Yeah.
before prior to the weekend, and maybe on Friday they weren't the leaders.
Have you noticed that this thing with Russia, the percentage drop, occurs only in weekends? It happened on the last weekend.
Yeah,
So
I
we were
think
wondering.
there is something.
Yeah, we were wondering the last weekend, and we were wondering on the last summarize what kind of natural disaster occurred in Russia, so they can drop 6 or 7%.
Yeah, fair enough. I actually think this is the truth.
During the weekend, so
Yeah.
their success ratio drops during the weekends, and now I can tell you why.
Why?
It's so because they go and visit their mothers.
Oh, I actually thought you were gonna say something like because it's very, very cold there as well, and they don't have electricity and internet.
No,
But
they
it-
just go and visit their mothers.
Okay,
and they,
so
they eat
they eat.
fish and they drink milk.
Okay, that's surprisingly specific.
Yeah.
So, if you are a
They're
player
Russians.
from Russia, give it your best in the upcoming 5 days, because Russia is now at the third
Yeah.
spot when talking
So-
about success ratios.
Guys, please do something about these weekend drops, please.
And Russia is not at the top 3 when talking about nations with 100 or more players.
Yeah.
So again, we've got England at the first spot.
Yeah.
The English seem to be very successful when defending their provinces against the nomad waves, and England has 33.7% success ratio in today's wave. The second spot goes to Poland, which the Polish are the winners, the leaders in the big ranking that I just mentioned. So Poland has, as I already mentioned, 29% success ratio, while the third spot goes to the US. The Americans are appearing, and they're coming here very strongly.
In a full force.
Definitely. They also have almost 29%. So this is pretty much what the success ratios look like, and I think it's time that I stop with the numbers now.
Yes.
Would you please give our viewers some words and sentences instead of numbers and statistics and math?
Yeah, of
So,
course. Of course
give
I
us your thoughts on how those waves looked and what we can draw as information from them.
Yeah. Well, Vicky, what can I say? We are getting there. This is the final week of the qualifiers, and since it is the final week, I think it is time to finish these puny, weak, and pathetic Imperial defenders.
This is not very positive coming from us.
I know, but it will be fun. I'm joking, of course, or do I? In
Are
fact,
you? I don't know.
the Imperial defenders have managed to make me smile and even shed a manly tear when I saw the stats from the weekend. The undefeated count.
You should have taken a selfie in order for us to prove to
shedding
them.
my manly tears.
Yeah,
No,
because I
no,
don't think
no.
anyone is going to believe you now that you already mentioned the evil that you wish upon them.
The undefeated count did not change during the weekend, and that makes me think that there are a lot of players out there who seek to become immortal and to place their names in the history of the World Cup, or they just want to prove they are smarter than our evil system, or both. Why not? The point is to have fun, after all. Nevertheless, congratulations and respect to those who still stand undefeated, and I wish you good luck in the last week of the qualifiers.
Yes,
Belie-
5 days left
yeah.
only, so
Believe me, you are going to need this luck.
how mysterious.
Yeah, we had some talking with some guys live on Skype, and these guys stated that some of the nations they represent are making some serious preparations to have and to deliver a good play in the World Cup. John, the Brazilian guy's
Yeah.
determination seemed pretty serious, and left me with the impression that Brazil had finally found their inner strength and peace. And this strength and peace is the team play. The team play and the discipline I think the Brazil lacked in the previous editions of the World Cup. So, Brazil, we are all waiting to see if you can I have a close-up please? If you can engrave your name, you know where, along with the other immortal nations so far. This place, Brazil, is waiting for you. So we hope you will earn it.
Again, because no, I mean, I want to mention again that the reason we want you to earn this is because we are going to get to go to Brazil.
Yeah, of course. Okay, but let's leave the big boys for a bit and remember these light units defenses we witnessed last week against heavy units. First it was a Bulgarian guy, then it was I think a pharaoh, and I am sure that he was from ancient Egypt. They both showed us again the beauty of Imperia Online, its variety and its millions of possibilities, options and choices when it comes to battle. We will talk about this variety later in the podcast, as it is in direct correlation with our last week's quiz, which we will of course award today.
Yes.
We had our first millionaire, as we mentioned. Arthur managed to reach 1 million net worth points. Not only that, but he passed the 2 million mark as well, and it looks like by the end of the qualifiers he will be able to gain 3 or probably more 4 million net worth points as well. We will see, Vicky. Nevertheless, we now have a whole club of millionaires, and considering the scarcity of version 6 economy, this is a real achievement, and these guys should be congratulated. Also, getting more powerful means that soon all of you, brave warriors, could enable the nomad elite force to assault you. I'm not making any promises yet. We have already seen elite siege machines, the
Yes.
trebuchets, debuting during the weekend. But we all, I'm sure that we all want to see elite units battles. Autumn's pillage, let's say it again, in the second, third, and fourth annexed provinces on Sunday was indeed a real pain. Excuse me, my laptop seems to have different opinion. Yeah, it marked the next phase of difficulty the qualifiers entered. Most of the defenders let this pillage go as it would be way too difficult for them to get even after a field battle, which with the Otton's horde, probably the war income would not be sufficient and would not cover the losses. Of course, it's that so we see more and more cavalry and ballista in the nomad armies layout, which means more and more network points loss for the players. The point in this phase of the qualifiers will be to lose as less network points as you can. We are, after all, in the last week, so it will be pretty normal for the Imperial defenders to start bleeding profusely, if I may. Soon the attacks in all the annexed provinces will start, and maybe we will see the elite nomad force marching against the Imperials. We certainly hope so.
Yes. So I
Paladins
think
for the win.
I think this concludes the analysis of
Yeah.
the three waves we talked
Yeah.
about. Of course, thank you, Mitko, because you're useful as always.
I have my uses, yeah.
So, you probably remember that on Friday we asked you yet another question that you had the whole weekend to answer. The question was, what's the ideal army in Imperia Online? And if there is one, of course, why? And if there isn't, why?
Yeah.
So we had again a lot of answers, and we are very thankful for to the people that did their best to answer. We actually have
Just
Yeah.
let me just interrupt you before you start with reading the answers. That we had a meeting along with and our evil system was present on this meeting.
Yes.
And during this meeting we had an agreement and determined that the ideal army in Imperia Online is the one calculated for your next enemy. So this
is the answer we are looking for.
This is the answer we are looking for.
Okay. So the good news is that a lot of people
Yeah.
figured it out.
Yeah.
For example, Radu Dubrescu,
Yeah.
who we know from before.
Yeah.
He has given answers before today as well. He says, in my opinion, there is no ideal army in Imperia Online. Every type of army can be beaten. This is the beauty of the game. There are a few situations when a player or more are safe or have the strongest army. But there is another topic but that is, I guess, another topic if we are talking about alliance castles where there is a quota limit of 3 million units.
Let me just say that had Radu Dubrescu given us an example of one of these few situations when a player or more are safe, I would think that he would be probably probably hired as a CEO of our company, as he would found the ideal army. in Imperium. I still haven't, in all my 7 years, I still haven't found an ideal army which
Well,
would make you safe.
okay. Can we just say that if Radu Dobrescu gives us examples of situations when a player or more players are safe,
Yeah.
we are going to give him some diamonds.
Okay, it's a challenge, Mr. Dobrescu. If you provide us with an example of an army with which a player will be safe all the time during an era in Imperia Online, you will receive diamonds, but I think you will not be able to achieve this great
Well,
feat.
he says that there isn't. I don't think he means that there is an ultimate army. He says that there are a few situations when a player
Or
is
more
safe,
are
or
safe.
more are safe.
Probably when you send your army always traveling, and
Well, probably,
so it
yeah.
cannot be attacked. I mean, well, nevertheless,
Yeah. Well,
It's
let's
a
see what
challenge.
he's going to come up with.
yeah.
Are we going to show Tarek Coleman's ideal army?
Oh yeah, let's show it to the
Okay.
people.
And
He had one, an amazing one. Looks like this army is. Do we have it on the screen? Yeah, looks like this army, as you can see, it's probably some kind of armored brigade. I don't recognize the unit in front of the tank. Probably the flame means that this is a pillaging armored brigade. The unit in front of the tank is probably some infantry support or some machine gun infantry. I don't know. I just cannot figure this unit out. But nevertheless, we have an armored brigade which is traveling the way the tank. Mr. Coleman, next time please rotate your tank 180 degrees so it can travel from the nomad general's camp to the player. So as you can see here, he even wrote a message to the nomad general: go back or you will regret it. I'm inclined to agree that if we have tanks in Imperia Online, probably they will form the best, the ideal army.
well, probably, but
In order to defeat. But we don't have tanks
So,
yet
yeah.
in Imperia Online. It's a medieval game. It would be way too unbalanced and unfair if you guys can build tanks and fight horsemen, archers, and swordsmen with armor. So no tanks. It's not planned, and we will not deploy them anytime soon. Sorry.
yeah, as people here in the chats are noting, it sounds not that logical to have tanks in a medieval game.
Yeah, I think so too.
Yeah.
I
So
totally agree.
We have a question in chat,
Yeah.
but we're going to look at it in a bit because we
Yeah.
have to finish with the players that have answered our last week's question. So Paul Janos, we already gave him some diamonds last week,
Yeah.
but he has hit the answers right in the spot because he already says that it's not possible to have an ideal army.
Yeah.
I quote, because the game gives you so much options to play. Every unit has their counter units, and even in small numbers, you can defend or win against an army.
Yeah.
He then gives some examples of important aspects of the game, like espionage and counter-espionage researches. But he says that in his experience, it's not possible to create, let's say, an ultimate army. So the thing he gives to other players as a tip is that Good researches always do the difference between two players.
Oh, that's a good point, by the
Yes.
way. That's a good point. When you have equal numbers, when you have equal classes, when you have two, if you may, when you have the equal strength, the
Mm-hmm.
the upper edge in a battle could be the researches.
Yes.
One just one level of differences can really turn the tide of the
Exactly.
battle.
So yeah, props to you, Paul. And the third comment we have picked out, is by Paul Wonacott. He pretty much says, this is the too long didn't read version, that the ideal army is whatever you need to get the job done, with the max reward in war income, supply train, military points, and generals experience.
Yeah.
So
The
we
best
already
way to
mentioned,
put it.
yeah, we already mentioned that this is pretty much the case with. This is pretty much the way we think here in Imperia Online's headquarters as well. So this means that Paul Wonacott is getting 100 diamonds.
Yes, Mr. Wonacott, if you watch us or if you watch us later, or if any of your friends is anxious enough to notify you that you have received a reward for today, please just leave your account and realm in which you want these diamonds to be transferred. Thank you for your answer and respect.
Yes, so just to before we continue with the question that we saw here in chat, we are going to give you the new question.
Yes, the new question is derived from the latest events during the weekend, and more specifically the latest pillages. We have seen some pretty mean, nasty, destructive, bad, evil pillages lately in our game, and we see that many of the people don't bother to defend against these pillages, as they are for great many reasons. We already talked a
Yeah,
lot
we already
about,
discussed those
several
several times even.
yeah, and since I have repeatedly said that I do not like people to let pillages go, I like the people who defend them and fight these pillages. I come up with a I came up with a question, and today this question is which is the best way to protect yourself against a pillage attack? So I am expecting your profound insights about pillage defenses, and I want to see how do you think. You can feel free to leave your answer in the comment section under the today's live podcast. So tomorrow we will give out rewards for the question, which is the best way to protect yourself against the pillage attack. As you can see the question on the screen.
So yeah, at some point you're going to see the question on the screen, and now that we have given you a new quiz, we're going to answer a question that came from you here in chat. So Juan Soriqueta.
Yeah.
I already apologized. I already apologized to him.
He forgave you.
And yeah, I saw in the comments that he actually said it's fine. So thank you. So Juan asks, what happens just after the 25th wave? Do we have time to spend our military income, or it just finishes?
After the 25th wave, I think I'm not completely sure, but after the 25th wave, there should be a general calculation of all the guys' net worth points. The accounts will be locked the way they are locked right now. So I strongly advise and urge you to spend and to be to
Make
to
use
do
of.
yeah to make use of all the resources you have before the 25th wave hits you.
So, of course, this doesn't mean that.
I'm sorry,
Yeah.
just to interrupt. If there is some details that are not clear in the rules of the qualifiers, I am inclined to clarify all the necessary rules tomorrow in the tomorrow's live podcast show, so you guys have certain answers about this question. It's a very valid question.
Definitely.
Indeed.
Well, something I know for sure is that they are going to be given a chance, a time frame, a window when the players, the contestants in the qualifiers, will be able to transfer their remaining diamonds to a world, to a realm of their choice.
Yeah.
So this is something I'm sure of.
Yeah.
But what happens to your military income, we are going to give you certain information tomorrow on this. Well, now that we went through questions both that we have given to our viewers and some questions, a question they gave for us, it's time to look at the future. Which is
yes, but before we look into the future,
yes,
we will have that surprise I mentioned
a surprise that even I don't know about
at the start of the show. And you will know about it when I say it.
Okay.
I have a promise to keep.
What is it?
From Friday. Do you remember what I promised on Friday's
No.
show? I promised the guys that I will show them some of the nomad imperial camps, so they can see what's going on in the.
So
we have never done this. It will be for the first time since we have World Cup and nomads. People will see what is happening in some of the nomad empires. I can assure you, it's pretty.
So what we're going to see is actually the nomad's lair.
Yeah. Okay. The pleasure is yours. Choose an account you wish to.
Well, I think it's only fair we log into Flintstones.
Oh yeah, the great pillager of them all.
Yep.
Okay, so let's go and see what's going on in the Flintstones empire. Okay, we successfully logged into Flintstones Empire, and the first thing that I see is that this guy doesn't watch the podcasts. As you let me just turn off the
the sounds.
The sounds, yeah. See, 19 videos. He doesn't watch our podcasts. That doesn't go. That doesn't bode well.
I guess
for him.
Flintstone is way too busy with planning his pillages.
Yeah. I feel insulted, by the way.
Well,
first, the second thing that we can see is how many messages does he have.
And he also doesn't seem to be answering our polls, the in-game polls.
Yeah. A pretty lazy nomad general.
Yeah, he only cares about blood and war and dead villagers.
Yeah, you said it. Okay.
How many messages?
42,197. He doesn't read his messages. He doesn't watch the videos. He doesn't participate in the polls. what the hell is happening with
Well,
this?
he is a very angry and a very angry person, as well as obviously, what was the word? Sociopath. He's a sociopath.
Yes,
I think this
Yeah.
explains it all.
Yeah.
So Flintstone is a sociopath, as we can see, but what about the numbers, his resources and such?
Well, he only has 25 archers as a garrison in his level 1 puny little fortress in one of his province. It doesn't look quite powerful to
Yeah.
me. This
Not as
this
scary.
no, but let's see his palace. His Oh my God, the empress has died. His two children has died. Oh, that's very sad.
Maybe this is why he's so angry
yeah.
and brings pillages to our players.
Yeah,
provinces.
because one sad little nomad general. Nevertheless, he's very evil. He kills millions and millions of civilians.
Yep.
Although
Millions and millions of civilians.
I wonder where is his.
Okay, just I want to mention this.
Yeah.
This is a bit off topic, but millions and millions of civilians, and he pillages villages.
Yes,
This is Imperia Online poetry right now.
yes.
Okay, let's
Sing.
continue.
You can sing a song if you want to.
Some other time.
Okay, so Flintstone is one pretty boring nomad general, and we will have a talk with him
Yeah.
after the show about these 19 videos he hasn't watched
This
yet.
is the only thing that bothers you.
Oh yeah,
yeah.
definitely.
Also,
Okay.
we have to make him get a new wife
Suffer
and
for
and
not
something for his
watching.
emperor.
Yeah. We have to find. Definitely, we have to find a new wife for his.
Yeah, maybe he should
emperor.
look at some dating websites
Someone else.
for generals.
We have time. I
well,
think we have time for another one.
Yes, another one, and then we are on to the next wave.
All right.
So we are going to have a look at another nomad general's lair,
Yeah.
and this is going to be, let's see, Autons,
Oh.
because
The other evil pillagers.
yes, because
pillager.
he is the other evil pillager. Let's see if this is yet another nomad leader who has his family passed away. Has
Okay.
he watched our videos?
No, another 19. Tomorrow I'm calling a meeting. I promise you. Yeah, we'll see about that. As we can see, Autumn is in some minus with his gold, and we have to see why. Oh.
Well, he organized an
he
attack.
he has only 7 archers outside the fortress.
Well,
Lonely.
he organized a whole attack of 3 provinces at once
Yeah.
for each player. So
Yeah.
this means that he probably had some financial issues
Yeah,
thanks to
yeah.
this huge event.
These accounts are in this form because they haven't had any points reason whatsoever. So what I'm proposing is that we look for an account which is more dramatic and more more cool stuff to show. Let's just see. We will go into Asgardas. All right. So Asgarda is pretty interesting. Do you see her gold? How many gold does she have? It's 4 billion in the minus. It's like the national debt.
Now I
of
start to
some-
feel sorry about
some
our
of- some-
vicious nomad general.
Yeah, some of the countries. Imagine how the banks would look at her if she goes and
Yeah,
asks for
with such
credit.
credit history.
Pretty pretty bad looking credit portfolio, I would say.
Maybe this is I guess this is the reason she usually does fortress sieges,
Yeah.
hoping to get some gold
And
back,
negate that huge minus. Well, it would probably take 600 years and 700 more World Cups for her in order to cover that debt.
Yeah. So I think does she watch our videos?
No.
Okay,
No.
so we are going to have a word with the nomad generals.
Yeah, of course.
So let's move on then.
Sorry.
Okay, Mitko is trying to
break something.
Yes. We are going to have a look at the future, which is tomorrow. Tomorrow's wave is going to be a fortress siege. We haven't had one since yesterday.
Yeah.
So the fortress siege led by the nomad general named Blues. This is the second time we're seeing him. And again, 3 provinces are going to be attacked.
Yeah.
Starting from the second one again, which means that your second, third and fourth annexed provinces are going to be attacked by Blues and his army.
Yeah.
And when talking about his army, this means that we have to give some numbers, what is coming to your provinces. Of course, the numbers I'm giving you are the base ones, which means that depending on your place in the rankings, you're going to have some bigger numbers, but those are the base ones. So Blues is going to be leading an army with 130 battering rams, 5,000 heavy spearmen, 4,000 heavy archers, 5,000 again heavy swordsmen, 2,000 heavy cavalry, and again he's going to have some catapults.
Yeah.
80 to be precise.
Yeah.
And then we see some more, meaning 70 trebuchets. So some heavy machinery we are seeing here, and a lot of heavy units. So no more light units, and some very serious sieging is going on tomorrow. This is...
May I just ask you, because I don't see trebuchets here.
What is it? Ballistas?
Ballistas, yeah. Battering rams and catapults.
Very interesting.
According to my calculations...
My calculations are wrong. Well...
Your calculations are wrong.
This is something I checked before the stream to be sure.
Yeah.
So... Okay. Hopefully the system...
Our evil system does not hide these trebuchets.
Yeah, so hopefully the system is right and you're gonna be facing ballistas instead of trebuchets.
We will have to check that out, by the way.
Definitely.
We don't want to surprise the players with some hidden trebuchets, by the way.
Definitely.
Oh, come on, they can handle some puny little trebuchets.
We'll see tomorrow.
Yeah, we will see tomorrow.
Okay, well, you should then look at it any way you want to.
Yeah.
No matter if you think they are going to be trebuchets or
hidden
ballistas.
trebuchets or not.
Yeah. So, what are your thoughts on tomorrow's wave?
Well, this is the second assault in three annexed provinces, Vicky, and considering we are getting close to the end of the qualifiers, it will be probably one of the last assaults in 3 annexed provinces. I wish it would be one of the last nomad, if I can use your heavily-ized nomad attacks, but I cannot say it for sure yet. As we can see from our deeply classified and secret account in the qualifiers, may we show it again, please? The assault can be easily defended with level 7 fortress full of garrison, but and if I may add, the owner of the account is just playing on the safe side because he's building level 8 fortresses in his empire, and I think he does it in all the provinces. Yeah, 4 level 8 fortresses, nothing to see, just move along. Just some 4 level 8 fortresses, it's easy.
Everyday stuff.
Yeah. So I read, by the way, some opinions,
Yes.
especially in the Bulgarian forum, that you could get more war income by fielding an army against this and fight the sieging army on the field, but I am not sure. I haven't checked because I want to our players to do it for me. If you guys can make some fast calculations about the current attack and share us with some results in the live stream chat, can you get more war income if you field an army against the income sieging nomad wave? So we are waiting for your input right now. Let's see how these brains of yours work. In the meantime, while you are making some calculations, I will make an announcement for tomorrow. We will have a live Skype talk with a player from Egypt, so we will continue to go around the world and talk to people who are preparing to defend their nation's honor. So tomorrow we will talk live on Skype with Egypt. We hope we will see some pyramids, deserts, and some
in the background.
wonderful, cool stuff. Yeah.
Okay.
Do you have some answers to our question?
Well, can you just repeat the question so that
Okay, I'm repeating the question. Can you get more income if you field an army against the income current nomad wave?
Okay, well, Paul Janos, who we have already seen answering some questions, says that it's true. Not sure if he is talking about your question.
Yeah.
He even told us to log into his account, which I'm not seeing. I'm not seeing if he has written it down here. So, Paul, if you would like us to log into your account, give us your account name, and we're going to have a look at the last siege as you have requested. At the meantime, Lucian Pavlich says, of course you get more on field because you kill whole army. When they go on siege, part of them went unkilled. And we've got more players confirming that statement.
So it's true. I actually didn't believe that you will gain more, because I thought that you will actually lose an army and network points, and I probably it would not be covered by the war income, but I have been proven wrong on other occasions already in this show.
Well,
so okay guys, we will look into this and we will make a demonstration and pictures tomorrow and if you do this defense with field army, by all means share your battle results for us so we can be educated as well.
Okay, I just want to mention that I saw the accounts of both Paul Janos and Lucian Pavlich. So tomorrow we are probably going to have a peek at them during the live stream.
That's a promise. We will make pictures from their accounts with the results and with some field defenses, because it's actually very interesting strategy. We haven't seen such defenses yet, and we haven't shown shown them to the people, it would be really interesting to
Yeah.
see field defenses of this fortress siege.
Yes, so I think that's pretty much enough
Yeah.
for today.
Yeah, we
have,
wrapped it up.
yeah, pretty much that's enough for today because a lot of numbers, a lot of
Yeah.
destruction upon our imperial defenders was brought. So tomorrow we are going to have a Skype conversation with an Egyptian player.
Yeah.
We're going to have a look at the upcoming wave and
Yeah.
the one after that.
And we're going to see these
yes,
field defenses.
yes, at least two, which are the ones that were mentioned, the accounts mentioned here in the live stream chat.
Yeah.
So this is all for today from
Yeah.
me and Mitko.
Yeah. Stay safe, guys. Kill the nomads as usual and kill more of them. Defend the pillagers and
Defend the what?
no, don't defend the pillagers. Kill the pillagers.
This
defend,
is our job. Defend the
defend
pillager.
against the pillagers and stay alive and undefeated. We'll see you tomorrow. Bye bye.